to go out and get some players for the attack? I know y'all lost a few people, and just to kind of bolster the front end of the formation.
Yeah, it was our main goal in the transfer portal. We needed help there, and I think we've done a pretty good job. I call it speed dating, because instead of watching these kids for years and years and being around them a lot, we get one day basically to make our pitch, and we went 4 for 4 in the transfer portal.
What is some of the talents that some of these new players bring, some of the skill sets?
Kennedy Clark probably has the lowest center of gravity on any soccer player I've ever seen. She twists and turns and nobody can get anywhere near her. Leah Pillar is really crafty with the ball. I mean, I hardly think they're new because we had them since January and they were with us all spring. Leah scored 2 direct free kicks in the spring exhibition season. Ali Lowry just works her tail off. She was actually, MaKhiya likened her to Ali Russell, that she's always moving, always moving. So we've got some different looks that we can throw at people.
When you bring in so many new people on the front end, is there challenges in getting that communication down, and what are some of the biggest challenges to building that chemistry?
The fact that most of our transfers came in January was phenomenal, because then we've got our whole spring season to work on integrating them into how we play. Ali Lowry, she's the only one that we have to put a name tag on basically at the start of pre-season. But the integration has already been done with most of them. And the team is incredibly welcoming, so it's not hard for the new people to settle in.
What have you learned about your squad the first 2 exhibition matches now that the games are going to get real here?
Nothing. I mean, crazy to say, but because most of us everybody was here basically in the spring, it's the only thing I have learned, which I wasn't surprised about, is they're absolutely ready. It was a long wait from the end of last season when I thought we were playing, top 6 in the country. That's how well we were playing. Unfortunately, in the NCAAs, we met one of the best teams on the planet at the time in Florida State, who just waltzed through the NCAAs. Nobody wins the final 4-1, 5-1, whatever they did. But we were playing great, and it was like, okay, come on, let's get to the fall. And they're ready.
You got another season of playing a challenging non-conference schedule. How's that going to prepare this team for the SEC schedule?
Yeah, it's we just like the fact that we have to bring it all the time. We have to play well to win. We can't say, this is going to be an easy game, that's going to be an easy game, because that doesn't happen in the SEC. There's not a weak link when we get to conference. And the philosophy that we've always had is we're preparing to win the conference. We're not preparing to be 10-0, playing the lightest schedule ever, and then try and survive in the conference. And to prepare to win the conference, you have to play people that are as good as the teams within your conference. And the Lamar game is going to be a huge challenge, because those guys are winners. They're back-to-back double winners in the Southern Conference. Nathan Kogut, great friend of mine. I was in his wedding. I know him as a coach. They're going to be prepared, and we're going to have to be just as prepared. And it's the same thing. You don't take anything for granted, and that prepares you really well for conference play.
That was going to be my next question. Any playful trash talking with Nathan?
Absolutely. I mean, it started about 3 years ago, even before he got there. No, we're great friends. But we were texting yesterday, and not playful trash talking. I was throwing him some formations that we probably weren't going to play. But no, he's a great guy, and he deserves his success.
Tactically, does it seem like the team y'all will play similarly to last year with a bunch of new faces? Is it kind of adapt this year?
Yeah, there's some things we do really well. We're one of the best teams in the country in offensive transition, and you look at MaKhiya MaKhiya McDonald. I mean, those people are just flyers. So we're not going to change in that respect. Hopefully, we're going to get a lot more people in the box, and we recruited these forwards based on the strength of our setup people. Sydney Becerra puts balls on a platter for people. Mia and Mac play balls into the box so well. Kate Colvin's right there. Taylor Jernigan is another setup person that's doing so well with us. And the forwards that we got want to get in the headlines by profiting off all those setup people.
So kind of same question. I know a lot of new faces on attack. You're one of the returners. What has it been like kind of getting chemistry with some of these new faces and new people?
Of course, a lot of us have different style of plays, but we have Leah, who just came in, who was just named All-American preseason list. And then we also have Allie, who's also up top with us. And it's just really great to have people who can come in and just adapt really quick and also help with us because we're also a really good offensive transitional team. So it's really exciting.
Yeah, who besides those two, or what do those two bring a little bit to the offensive attack?
Definitely, Leah brings IQ. She's really good in the midfield, and she's able to play those through balls because we do have, like myself, quick forwards or people out wide like me and Mia. So those balls are really critical for us, and it really helps us get those crosses across for our teammates. And also, Allie, she's just really pivotal up top. She's really quick and she moves a lot, so it's really good to have a 9 up there who brings that to our team as well.
What do you feel like you've learned about your team and kind of your position group through the first 3 exhibition matches?
Of course, we had 2 goals in 2 games. Of course, Rice was only 45 minutes, but when we came out, we were able to score in the first 10 minutes, and then SMU, we were able to score in about the first 5 minutes. So just getting that quick start against teams, especially when we're away or at home, just that first goal in the first 5 minutes is really critical, and it changes the game.
What are maybe a couple things you guys are hoping to really, hone in on through these first few matches in non-conference play?
Of course, this year our word is now. Last year we had a tough start. We definitely had some difficult opponents, but this year we have a really good non-conference schedule. So just going out in every single game is now. It's to win. It's to start SEC off with a good start.
Talk about playing against Coach Kogut.
Definitely, Nathan was our volunteer assistant coach when he was here, and he was really pivotal with helping me grow as a player and also my teammates as well. So it'll be really good to see him in the head coach position role and also just to play against him just to show how well we've been growing as players, and we're now seniors.
I know y'all lost a few players, especially up front. How important was it for the coaching staff to go out to the transfer portal and bring some people in to kind of bolster that?
Definitely. We lost some really good players, so it was pivotal that the coaches brought in exceptional players. And so I think they did a great job finding people who are great people on and off the field. And I feel like our chemistry is just constantly growing, and you can tell on the field as well. You hear a lot of people talking, communicating, and it's just something good to see the first 2 games and now going to our first regular season game.
When you are bringing in some new players on the front end of things, what is some of the biggest challenges in communication? Like, what do you usually find is the hardest part that you'll have to work on and get honed in for the start of the season?
Sometimes it could just be learning how to talk to players, how to work with players, learn their personalities. Some people like the ball in space, some people like the ball to their feet. So just talking to one another, or also just in practice, we try different things. We try playing the ball in front of them, playing the ball to them, and whatever they like, that's how we kind of hone to one another and we learn each other's style of play.
Is there a game in particular in your non-conference schedule that you're looking towards as like the biggest test, whether that be because it's on the road or because it's against a really good team?
Of course, it's TCU. It's always TCU because they're a great opponent. We play them every year, and we both know each other's style of play. And so this year we'll have TCU at home, and so our goal is to go out and do what we do and win.
You mentioned wanting to be here and now. Are there any indicators that you guys are really, doing that well right now?
Yeah, we have an older team this year, so we have 13 seniors, fifth years seniors as well. And so, sometimes it's like, oh, like you have one more year, you have one more match. So it's like you never know when your last game may be. And so our time is now. This is the year for us. I mean, we have a really good team. We have the numbers, we have the depth. And so the goal is to go out and win every game. I mean, we won the SEC championship. That's what we all came here for. And so the goal is to do this right now.
So I know y'all lost a few people on attack. You gained a few people. What's kind of the attack look like so far this year, and kind of integrating some new faces?
I think it looks very good so far. I mean, we've played 2 games. The first one was only half of a game, so it's kind of hard to tell with that one. But I think against SMU, we had some chances that could have been put away. But I feel like we're a transitional team, especially up top. I feel like we have some fast forwards, some dynamic people up top, so I think we should be really good on the attack this season.
What'd you really learn about your squad the first 2 matches in particular, the exhibitions?
I feel like last season we kind of revolved on the word grit. Like we kind of committed to the process, and I feel like the first 2 games, I feel like we kind of set our mindset for the whole season, as far as just like working for each other and working hard and accomplishing our main goal, which is winning.
Just going off of that, what else did you learn about playing on the road, like going to SMU, now you're going to Lamar? Like what's been the biggest thing that y'all have learned about playing on the road early in the year so that it can impact y'all late in the year?
Well, playing on the road, it's it's not as easy as playing at home, but just like keeping your body prepared to go out and perform at your best, staying hydrated, eating well, sleeping well, everything like that. I think that's the main focus for traveling.
What do y'all know about Lamar, and just your thoughts on getting to officially start the season on Thursday?
Yeah, we're really excited to start the season. I personally don't know too much about Lamar. We've been setting up to go forward a lot. We feel like we're going to have a lot of possession. So that's what we've been practicing and training this week. So, yeah, we're ready.
With some of those new faces, who's been standing out so far?
Well, I think our keeper, Mason. Sid is also great. Mason's just a beast in goal. She's very talented. So she's, an improvement too. Allie's a great forward. She's a number 9. But I think them two are going to do very well this season.